Look pretty happy about it.
Jackass 3D is like watching an accident waiting to happen, said Steve-O, and the movie is chock full of them. The film starring Steve-O, Johnny Knoxville, and Bam Margera opens in theaters this weekend, and it won't disappoint. Knoxville and Steve-O talked about their worst injuries making the film, and in a separate interview with Jeff Tremaine and Chris Pontius, Margera talked about some of his war wounds.
Yeah, I dislocated my shoulder when I was Santa Claus, getting chopped down out of the 50-foot tree. And then the Invisible Man, although was, turned out pretty good. I think, the only thing that broke my fall was the back of my neck, and I got a little bit of a concussion, but I'm okay.
I got burns all over the left side of my body. That hurt for...
that had to hurt, because that just keeps on hurting.
Yeah, that keeps on hurting. But that was a real bummer for a couple weeks there.
2 weeks of hurting.
Yeah, and my broken nose and the BB in my nipple, and those are the things that didn't make the movie.
Yeah. Besides that, Mrs. Lincoln, what'd you think about the theater?
It was actually a stunt involving a treadmill, and it was at full speed, 10 feet in the air, and I jumped on it sideways and went flying to the ground. But, that hurt real bad, but I actually tested it, like, just 2 feet on the ground, and the air mattress was not filled up enough, so it went right to my kneecap, and I busted it so bad. Oh, and then the broken clavicle. That was the Electric Avenue with a bunch of stun guns in a hallway.
Steve-O talks about taking a flight in a port-a-potty.
I had it in mind to take flight in a port-a-potty for a number of years, and it was gonna be. I was calling it a potty drop, and we changed it around a little bit, and it was more of a potty launch. But it was just really great for me to be able to scratch that off the list after having promised that I was going to do it.
Your bucket lists are a lot more funny than most people's.
I was going to say.
Check.
Margera said that some of the material they think about actually happens in between takes of major scenes in the movie.
Actually, the funniest stuff happens when we're waiting for the next shot. Like, there'll be like 2 main bits that we're filming that day, but then there'll be 4 hours to kill waiting. So, like, that's when it's just like, all right, I gotta pee. Where's the camera? I'm gonna tape it to, I'm gonna go, Dunn's not paying attention. I'll go pee on his face, and then hopefully he'll beat me up.
It's hard to believe, but the first Jackass movie came out nearly 8 years ago, and it topped the box office in its first week of release at over $22 million in 2002.
Oh my God.